going on, guys? James Daly here with Oppo, and also they can introduce yourself. Go, guys.
My name is Popo.
Sasuke, the god of my hero.
I am Popo, the best British Discord debater on golf.
I'm
Check it
Tekla,
in.
the guy with the most goons in the entire community.
That's so true. Alright.
Together we make up a combined following of 2,199 subscribers on every account.
That's so sad.
And exactly 900 chromosomes.
You're rating us a little. Anyway, today we'll be talking about the new updates and the new shit involving VSB, which involves the updates for Naruto and JJK. Today we'll be starting with Mike Guy because we're going to talk about whether or not like these updates are sound and make sense. Also, at the end, we'll go into a segment explaining why Oppo is the best debater in the community, but we'll get to that later. Alright, first off, let's start with the speed scaling, guys. If you didn't know, Mike Guy was up to FTL. This is interesting. This has never happened before. And now the problem here, the big problem with I find with this reasoning is the reasoning itself. So first off, it says FTL much faster than before, overwhelmed 6-pass Sage Madara multiple times, and distorted space with pure speed. So there's two different conjunctions of what the reasoning why it says FTL. Should we
conjunctions? Yeah. There's one conjunction, it's two sentences.
Sorry, my mistake. So Oppo, do you want to pick up first and talk about the story?
I actually want to hurt you so much. Okay, so anyways,
James has been calling Popo Oppo this entire time, and it's been absolutely hilarious.
You also called me Naruto earlier, but we're too retarded to get one intro through, so...
Yes. Oppo, can you take the story space part with pure speed and explain to everyone why it's wrong?
Okay, sure. So let's say we have mass, right? To have mass, the theory of relativity posits that when we have mass, any gravitational pull, we distort space itself. So, but if we can just distort space, then it stands to reason that all humans, everything with mass, this book that I'm holding in my hand, is faster than light, which obviously isn't true since we can record the speed of light, at least superficially, and this book clearly doesn't go it.
And for the normies at home, that means like when you beat off, you're bending space and time.
Yes. If we're being hyper-technical, that is correct.
Sure.
Now let's explain the problem with this. Now with the 6-pass Madara stuff. Now first off, we're going to quickly go to Madara's page because this is where it becomes stupid. Madara's page was also updated. Now here's the stupidity of Madara's scaling. Okay, so his FTL managed to fight Mike Guy, who was bending space. So their only reason is he scales to Mike Guy, and the only reason Mike Guy scales to space in this. So I guess there's like literally no point. Like, in the scan itself is just sheer speed. Was able to counterattack Naruto in Sage mode, which is also, I guess, a feat in this instance.
And running on Sasuke. James, are you just dead?
James, you muted yourself, buddy. Good?
Oh my god.
Jesus,
okay, so James overdosed on TikTok.
Sorry. I had to grab something. So now let's talk about the big problem with this. And the major problem is the idea of like, reason Mike Guy, so there's two reasons that they have. One, he scales to Madara, so therefore he's FTL, and the other is distorted space. And then Madara's reasoning is he scales to Mike Guy in distorted space. See the problem with this stupidity?
It just loops.
Well, yeah, okay. So I mean, we can posit something else. What if they have a count for Sage of 6-pass Naruto and Renegade Sasuke that put them at FTL? What do you say then?
Huh? What do you mean?
Okay, so are you talking about? You know when he dodged like the light fang, which is proposed to be the speed of light at least, and he dodged that.
And VSB calcs the dodging the light fang at like relativistic plus.
Relativistic plus, even though it's light.
Yeah, but dodging light doesn't make you faster than light inherently.
Well, okay, we can say that you can dodge the aim, but if you're dodging the photons itself and there's no way of you actually avoiding it other than dodging it, then yes, you are faster than light since you need to evade that.
Not necessarily. No, if your movement is less than...
You're at least...
No, that's completely wrong.
Wait, hold on. How far away was Madara then?
The beam had traveled like almost like a full distance of Madara's like height, and Naruto moved his head.
Okay, so we can assume Okay, so did he start moving before the beam was shot?
In the one panel we see, we don't know. It's impossible to save one panel.
Okay, so let's assume he was, right? He was moving before the beam. That'd be aim dodging. Aim dodging doesn't necessitate FTL. However, if the beam was already being shot and was traveling towards his face, and then let's say it's 6 feet, right? And let's propose it got just slightly over halfway there. We can propose he's ever so slightly faster than light because he's able to dodge that half distance.
This is really wrong. Do you know why?
You guys read the Naruto page.
This has been calced like close to 100 times now. So the thing about it is that the distance Naruto moved to dodge the Light Fang is nowhere near the distance the Light Fang had moved. By nowhere, I mean not even comparable, even if it was like a third
James,
of the
did you
distance.
read the Naruto page?
Which one?
Read why he's FTL. They say that he compares to his adult self. Fucking teen him.
Yeah, that's really bad. We'll get into that right now because that's really bad.
I was gonna say that shit's so stupid. What the fuck?
No. See, I'm fine with this idea if they had an argument for it, but alright, let's read this. It's right here.
Well, hold up, right? I don't understand what you're saying before about he was suddenly doing something. And secondly, what I proposed wasn't necessarily wrong. The context must have been wrong. I don't know anything about Naruto. I was proposing it.
Yeah. I'm just saying from the point of view of the Light Fang itself, Naruto, like the amount Naruto dodge wasn't comparable at all.
Okay, so is the Light Fang the speed of light? Yes or no?
Yes, so it's speed of light.
Did he aim dodge? Yes or no?
No, he actually did. I actually filled
no,
in
he
blank
didn't. He
because I
reacted
remember
to
the anime scene because the anime portrays it better than the manga does.
Hold on.
Even the anime doesn't crack FTL.
This is my final question, right? Was the beam over 3/4, or not even 3/4, just halfway there before he started moving?
No.
Because if that's the case, if that's not the case, right, we can say he can be below the speed of light then. Because if it were an equivalent distance away from the start, then we can assume that yes, right, he would must have calculated that in his head and must have moved like in the same time. So it's not like he had time to do whatever.
The manga calcs at like 58% of the speed of light, and the anime calcs at like 97%. So they're both just under FTL.
Okay, that's fine then. I mean, if he didn't go it before the half point, then that's
so the big problem is I'm not necessarily against the idea of him scaling to his adult self. The problem is they don't present evidence why. They don't say, like, they're just like, yeah, he doesn't scale.
They literally just like said, yeah, he's comparable. Why?
Why is he comparable? Because I'm pretty sure anyone with even like
he has no feats that directly makes him comparable.
Say he's really not.
If I had to make an argument for the argument I'd make is Naruto, you could argue Naruto's weaker, but is narratively implied that he was weaker.
No, because remind me if I'm wrong. I'm not fully caught up on like Naruto canon and such, but there's like points between like the war arc and like Toneri, like Toneri fight.
Yeah.
Where he trains with like shadow clones like constantly.
Naruto the Last is not the only times the weaker thing comes up is when he's Hokage, and even then he's not weaker. He's just stayed like I'm a little bit rusty, and that's all it ever.
Yeah, just a skill, not really in power.
You're really wrong, Hitaka. He gets sick in the novels, and that's the implication of him being weaker.
Okay. I didn't look into that.
He has a chakra sickness, which makes him unable to infuse his chakra at all, which is the reason he's rusty.
Yeah, he really caught the Itachi narrative, That's wild.
He really did. So from here, the thing about this is, apart from the fact that this angers me, just severely angers me. This whole thing angers me. Moon level plus, moon level plus, moon level plus, moon level plus, moon level.
I think
okay, I've got one problem, right? I've only watched.
Does not equate to fully destroying it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So in the last, right, if they're scaling him to moon level plus based off the Toneri feat where he punches Toneri and bodies him, right? That's not moon plus. Based on Toneri's feats, if it's the feat where he cuts the moon in half, that isn't moon level by any means of the imagination.
It is actually.
Why?
Because he doesn't just cut it in half. He cuts it off in half with enough pressure to make it split apart from his gravitational pull. Doesn't it? Okay, but doesn't it also form back? No, it doesn't.
It's all
Really?
you
So
also
the
have to keep
moon
in mind
never
it is a hollow.
forms back?
No,
Wait,
oh,
but
no,
didn't
it
Tom-
does,
wait,
it does,
wait,
it does back together slowly. But in
Okay.
original sense,
Hold
no,
on
it
though,
cuts in half.
because
wait.
because I can form a laser, right? We can feasibly do this. If the moon was as hollow as it is proposed, let's say 15%. If it's 15% hollow, we can, on a
can form a
theoretical
laser.
level, let's say we had means to produce an amount of energy. That's strong that it could split the moon in half and keep it away for, let's say, a month, right? That wouldn't mean that we have the means to be. If you're talking strictly DC, like destructive capabilities, that is not mean level, right? You're destroying something that's most likely around multi-continental. 15%, right? Multi-continental, around that area.
Something is the fact that the 10 like literally the 10 seconds chakra was enough to move the moon to the point where it was going to destroy Earth, or like did they
Well,
ignore that
no,
part?
no, that wasn't that's based on Roche limit. That isn't based on him actually like yeeting it towards the moon. It's
No,
because
he
he
is-
moved
No,
it.
no, no. It's like
where
stated
Roche
that
limit
the
is.
chakra is like shooting it at the
Yeah,
moon.
he's moving the
I
moon. Yeah,
couldn't
you're
see
right.
it.
He's completely right. It states that he's moving the moon.
Wait,
Yeah, he's gonna
wait,
throw it at Earth.
yeah, no. I'm aware he moves the moon towards the Earth, but didn't it fall apart due to Roche limit?
No, it didn't. It fell apart because
Really?
of look, I can even get the scan. What it happens is that so it starts off like this, and then it goes to this,
Yeah,
and then it goes to this. So it cuts. See how it splits apart?
yeah. Wait, it
Yeah,
forms back together, right?
I don't.
To
Oh no,
actually perform, to say this is completely adequate, right? To say yes, this is completely adequate. He stripped the gravitational pull, right? Number one, right? That's stupid, right? It's cut apart by like a few, let's say like a mile, right? That's not going to do
Yeah,
anything to the moon. It will reform IRL, right?
Yeah,
But of
yeah,
course,
it would reform. But that feed of the whole point of this calc is that it's calculating the amount of energy needed to split the moon and make it spread away from itself. Huh?
well, no, because we can just say, okay, let's say I have a knife, right? Oh my bad, right? So let's say I've got a knife, right? And that knife is in this sort of triangular shape, right? And we press down on an apple. If that apple were perfectly
Yes.
balanced, right? The top of the knife would force it apart and give it a little like wobble, give it a little edge part, right? So it'd force away from itself.
Sorry about that. Alright, so yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but the problem is that like you don't seem to understand. Oh, sorry, that's cool. So I see what you're saying, but the thing about it is I don't think you understand how like the needed energy to do that would be and how strong it would be.
Oh, I don't have.
I'm not denying the fact that it's strong, right? I'm not denying the fact that it's an extremely strong feat of power. I'm just denying the fact that it would be equivocal towards destroying the moon itself, like eradicating the moon, like Roshi, right? Roshi's feat in OG Dragon Ball, where he busts the moon, like eradicates it, right?
That's much stronger than moon level. That's much stronger than moon level.
Really? I thought moon level. I thought moon level
Pick
just
scans.
completely destroying the moon.
No, that's way higher than moon level. Moon level is overcoming the gravitational binding energy.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm not really familiar with the lower tiers.
So therefore, like,
That's
if you make the
nice.
moon split apart into like a couple pieces, yeah, that would be
So,
overcoming the gravitational binding
That's dumb in my opinion. Sorry, that's just dumb in my opinion.
You pick scans. I sent.
It's kind of the equivalent of like
one of
saying you don't have to eradicate a building to destroy a building type thing.
But well, to fully destroy it to means to destroy that building, right? You can partially destroy a building by if you like rip apart half of the building, right? You can partially destroy a building, but to fully destroy that building, you must destroy it all.
It's kind of like if you were to punch the Earth and the Earth splits into 5 pieces, it was just like that. That's overcoming the gravitational binding energy. That is what.
Hold on, wait. But when he splits the moon, does it come back? You even said yes before, right?
Yeah, it does.
That isn't overwhelming it. So does VSBW mean?
Pause. Both of you pause for a second.
Sure.
Okay, I'll wait. You guys check scans when you're done, like, when you're done with that point?
Yeah,
because I dropped a scan for the Pentagon.
I'm gonna go to that right now
so,
just so I can see which channel
so
you
again,
sent to.
right? So again, I believe that if it comes back together, does VSBW wiki mean that temporarily split it, temporarily separate it, or does it mean separate forever?
No, oh my god, no, you don't seem to understand.
Yeah, those as well.
This calc is taking the amount of energy needed to cut the moon in half and then make it briefly push away from itself.
Okay. That's fine then, right? Because
Yeah.
when I thought you said destroy the gravity binding energy, I thought you meant
No.
destroy it.
No,
so it could not return.
that's what general moon level is. It's overcoming the gravitational binding.
Okay,
energy.
James, check
Okay.
scans.
Okay, I just
And then
checked
look
it,
up the
yeah.
scan I sent, not Sushi's.
Oh, it's also because of the speed it did it too. That's another thing. The speed of it.
What was the speed?
So real quick.
It directly states that like the Tensei. Wait, no, it directly states that the Tenseigan has enough power to like withstand like moon destruction.
Yeah. We'll get.
And then it can move
Then that's fine then. Then that's totally fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Popo,
I
what-
think
what-
what we can agree on
Personally,
is it's moon
I-
level, but it is not moon level plus, right? That's
No,
what
it is
we're
moon
agreeing
level
on
plus.
I think
Hold
it could
on,
be
right?
higher. I think
Personally,
with this like Tenseigan scan, it could be Planetary. But
Right, personally, I don't deem this to be moon level in my own book. We can appeal towards this, but okay, and then it's moon level, right? It's moon level
I'm
plus
just taking
whatever.
the cal. I'm just taking the calculator.
No. But personally, I don't view this as moon level. I view moon level. It's purposely, right? Destroying stuff that is equivalent of signs of our own moon, completely eradicating it.
I do
Right?
agree with
It's
I-
destroying it.
okay, so
agree with
yeah,
that,
the Tenseigan would be
but
moon
you have
level
to go
based on the
based
scan I
like,
sent.
the
I'm
Jujutsu
taking
Kaisen.
moon level as the GBE function. From this, as someone who does calc myself, I'm reading this. This looks completely accurate.
That's fine.
It's very acceptable, and yeah, it does
Oh,
end
and
out at
James, look into
Okay,
numbers.
so
169. Is
essentially
that
what we're getting is
280?
at best this is moon level, right?
Huh? No, that's not what.
The cut feet, but the Tenseigan itself should be scaled higher.
Mm.
Off of like what I've seen.
All right, take it. I'm explaining
Tenseigan
slowly
is-
one more time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say that the Tenseigan is.
If we're taking
Or-
moon level, as in like the 100 exaton range or like the 50 exaton range, which is what we base moon level on, like all the tiering systems we know are based off. Then in this idea, it is 281 exatons. Therefore, yeah, it's on the higher end of moon level,
Didn't we start off by saying we had a problem?
which
with
is moon level plus.
Wait, and that's only the cut, right?
Yeah. Moving it
What
also
about the
takes
fact that like
200.
the chakra was going to be able to be able to withstand even if it was destroyed, it would be safe, like completely safe. Did you? read that scan?
There's a calc putting Naruto Planetary for destroying the chakra orb.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because he like literally the chakra was strong enough to take the moon and it was gonna destroy the earth, and then it like Naruto can like beat it up.
Yeah, he destroyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Naruto is definitely small planetary in this film. Like, there's no doubt about it. At least.
Yeah,
So
that's
wait,
what I was-
so the problem we had with
that's why I'm
this
still confused why
wasn't-
Versus
wasn't
has
that-
moon
so
level.
wait. The problem
'Cause I don't
that
accept
you
that.
had with this at the start was not that moon level plus is too high, but it was too low.
What?
Yeah, I think that. Well, no, at least for this feed, it was two.
I think it's,
yeah, I think that moon level is justified. Like just, and it's justified, but I think it's too low.
Yeah,
I think it
do-
is way too low.
Like I thought we were
Like,
talking. Like
yeah.
I think I'm so iffy about the specific feat, but in general, yeah, I would agree that it's too low. For
Personally,
specific
right?
power.
Personally, I would think of moon level, right? Just personally, as destroying a gravitational binding energy so much that it cannot reform whatsoever under any circumstances, or well, not under any circumstances, right? Just as long as you're displacing it or possibly exploding it, if that's a word that we can use. As long as you're displacing it that much that it cannot reform within the same amount of time period, right?
Yeah.
As long as if you could displace it that much, right? You launch parts out of orbit, right? Then that's completely fine. That's moon level.
Yeah, well, there's different things that can get characters to different levels. Like for example, if you were to burn a human to ash, like if you had enough energy to burn a human to ash, like kind of like in a second, that would be like building level. Because it takes a certain level of energy.
I read like I got a high school calc that got like a city level like looking feat to like star level.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, because
It's like
if
a
we
randomization.
let's say I was a punchman, and from that punch I turn into ash, I would need a good enough yield to have something which created enough kinetic energy to withhold that of enough friction to turn them into ash, physically speaking, anyways.
Yeah. I was actually looking at this recently. The person with the strongest punch in the UFC actually punches at a small building level.
What?
Yeah, really.
You told me a human out here that can like
That's not
literally
true.
kill
That's
me.
not
He
true.
produced he can punch it with about 96 horsepower. So like
Holy shit.
that's small building level.
Jesus
That guy
Christ.
would literally kill me in one punch. That man needs to be put in like a fucking container.
We got a fucking IRL Saitama. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Why is he not doing boxing? Oh yeah, it'd actually probably be like deadly. No lie.
he's doing UFC.
He is?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
You're telling me other fighters have taken those punches and haven't flinched?
Yes.
Or at least, like, didn't fucking die from them?
Yes.
What the fuck? There's building level beings in our world? That's wild.
That's actually kind of crazy.
That's fucking wild.
Small
Okay,
man
point,
can-
but yeah.
so back to
I would
this.
not
So-
want to try to, like, rob that dude. Holy shit.
So we think
Ow.
that this specific feat is moon level, but we think that that this version of Naruto should be scaled higher.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we
Okay.
all agree, I think.
So I can agree with that. I do definitely agree with that. This specific feat I'm still iffy on it being moon level, but I do completely agree that this version of Naruto needs to be scaled at least small planetary.
Yeah.
Definitely. But that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about the shitty ass scaling in VSB, or the new shitty ass updates.
Well, yeah,
which-
we're still calling it shitty because it's
Yeah,
still
no,
like
because it's
pull
still
back and
really
show.
bad.
It's still really bad.
Let's
so.
anyway. Let's go on the
Oh
other.
no,
the
not
other.
now?
Gojo.
Just let's go on to the
Oh,
other
we going to the
discussion.
JJK?
Did you-
Currently
did
the
you
most
also-
overhyped
discussing update?
character.
They
Like, currently
updated
probably the most overhyped character
Gojo
in the
to
community.
Large Mountain Plus.
Wait, let me read the Gojo scale.
Wait
Let me
a
read
minute.
what they have for Gojo versus.
Let's see. What are their reasons for Large Mountain?
Yeah, let's see.
Stronger than Kamo. In Getta's body, stronger than Jogo, and stronger than Hanami. But do you know the problem with this?
Do they even have like a? They don't even have a thing for Kamo.
They don't have one for. Oh wait, is
To
this
be fair,
Jogo?
I think the only justifiable
No, they
thing
have one
in
for
there,
Jogo, but they don't have one for Kamo.
I think the only justifiable thing in there, I don't know if it's a hyperbolic statement within the wiki, but it stays, Gojo has immeasurable energy,
That's not bad.
which can be justified to be some quantification of a feat.
Create an earthquake, kinetic energy at this level. Let's look at this calc, because this calc's really weird too. So Jogo unleashes a meteor that gets him to 7B. So that's sea level plus. But for some reason they don't explain why he's this strong. He just is this strong.
That's the
Oh,
problem
wait,
with
they give us a-
No, they bring up the
VSBW.
coffin of the Iron Mountain.
Like,
They give
that's
us
the
a
problem I'm
calc.
noticing with VSBW is that they don't explain why they're specifically that strong, or at least when they do, they don't go very in depth with it. They're just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is a thing.
The problem also I should bring with this stuff, like curses don't scale to their fucking their
expansions?
their BFR. They're like they don't scale to this. This is their strongest technique. They don't normally scale to this. Like their natural punches don't scale this high.
Oh yeah, no, that would be their ultimate ability technically.
Yeah. So like being
That'd be like if
greater
they put all the curse energy in a fist. Yeah.
being greater than this, like being their punches being greater than this doesn't mean they necessarily scale to this. For example, what's his name doesn't need to scale to this attack. Like it's not. Gojo doesn't need to scale to Jogo. This is Jogo attack to beat Jogo. So like I don't see the point in this scaling. It's very weird.
So they'd have to like prove that Gojo like scales to that attack, correct?
Yeah, which they don't
Which
really.
they
prove.
don't.
It's
They
like
never
saying
do.
that like because you can fight base Naruto, you can fight a fucking Biju bomb. Like
Yeah. That's an interesting drawing. Anyway, yeah, like that's some of the major problems. They also did some other stuff. I think they did they. Yeah, I have to check it. Let me check this. Let's see what else they added because I had a few things
to see
today.
if they have like a hacks section for Gojo just to see what they put down for him.
they
I
do,
can tell you.
they do. It's a big fat paragraph.
Oh, that's too many hacks.
No, he has quite a few hacks.
No, the full
The-
like whole paragraph. I don't think he has that many.
No, they're writing a shit ton of like explanation for the hacks for some of them because they like Gojo.
That makes sense then. All right. What?
Oh my god, he does have a lot of hacks. What the?
Yeah.
Oh no, he
okay, that
doesn't. No,
seems like
they're just writing full. Yeah, they're literally writing full paragraphs.
for a
You
single.
know, they're writing like shit to explain it. Like
That's
you
a
see the
full
spatial
paragraph.
manipulation. That's literally a full paragraph just for spatial manipulation.
That's a full.
And then
Yeah.
they explain like the Achilles and tortoise shit. They even go into like power nullification, Gojo's domain. They just like filled it up with a paragraph. It
That
hardly
is
has
so
a page.
Yeah.
unnecessary.
No, it really is. They should have a. If I was like
It's a-
running
here's the
personally
thing-
with, I'm not. They should have like a side page for the fucking explanations.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what annoys me. Like, they do all this, but like Mr. Miyagi's still not omnipotent.
Oh my
Facts.
god.
That's kind of fucked up. Oh,
Like-
they do all this, and Deku still doesn't have fame in it. I don't think. Let me check.
Yeah, he never had it.
No, he does.
Oh my god, he doesn't have fame.
Scroll down. Let's check his hacks real quick.
You know, I just got back and I thought you were being normal.
Air
Yeah.
map,
You
statistics
came to the
amps,
wrong PC then, Popo.
acrobatics, hand-to-hand combat, powers, pseudo
Oh, they're
flight,
manipulation.
rage power, precognition, levitation. Yeah, no fame. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Isn't Shigaraki like with one for all like multi like island level or being counted being like island level?
No,
I
he's
haven't
not
helped
on
the
city.
characters.
Definitely city
Fully.
scaling.
Yeah, like it's clear that he's city, but I saw a scale where that puts him
Well, no, because One
island.
for All Deku's like One for All Deku 100%. The 9 like movie is like island, calced to be island.
Yeah, but that's not canon.
It is. I have a. I
No,
have a
no, it
skin.
is actually canon. It's like a pseudo canon, if you know what I mean.
9 isn't canon to the main story.
No, it is. I have a picture of 9 in the actual manga talking like.
Just because
like, in
the
his suit and
character's
everything.
canon doesn't mean he is, because it literally states it. They is in
What?
canon.
No, James.
The movie's not
Oh,
canon.
wait, can I get the
James,
scan that
it's-
states he's
Oh
not
my
it's
canon?
god,
what's known as
Funimation
pseudo-canon.
literally released a paragraph about it. Do you...
Oh, Funimation. I don't know why.
No,
Wait, why does
it's
Funimation have like
pseudo-canon, that's
authority
what it's
over the
defined
manga?
as.
They released the movie.
Yeah, but the movie
You're
has like. a
really
whole
gonna
manga
start
as
debating
well.
in the middle of a video.
Oh my god. Wait,
No,
what's the
we're
name of
just
it? What's the
discussing.
name of it? What's the name of it? The movie?
It's like a one
Heroes
shot.
Rising. My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. That's the movie.
Academia Heroes Rising movie canon. No. Funimation. 5 things you didn't know. Funimation released the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, here
it's
we
an
go, we got
isolated.
articles.
It's an isolated story, but it was okay.
Funimation. It literally states it.
Yeah, it's a one shot. It's a one shot manga canon. It's in
It's
the main
not
canon.
canon.
It's just the story itself is a one shot.
One second.
No, James, scroll up. There's a part about it being canon.
Where?
As proof that the creator. Go down, you idiot. Scroll slowly. Just think about it. If they know it doesn't want to just. The movie is not canon to the manga storyline. It's an isolated story, but it was written
Yeah,
by Super
It's
Knight.
not
So I
canon
was one of the manga's creator.
to the main story. It's its own canonicity. It's its own canon. It's handles its own timeline. So no, it's not canon. So the feat would not
Why
be
does
canon.
9 like is a not 9 as the character, like 9 with those like with the fucking the 9 quirks is also shown by Shigaraki's.
No,
That's
no,
weird.
That's
okay,
fine,
okay.
he can
Let me
exist.
explain this real quick for everybody here. So, it's what's known as pseudo canon, where characters from the movie are technically canon to the verse, but the movie itself isn't canon. A good example of this is is Seven Illusion's Prisoner of the Sky, where it's like it's kind of canon,
You know what? This is
but it's
fine.
not.
This is fine. This gives me a radaby argument with my hero.
Anyway, the conclusion is the feats in it aren't canon.
I could just argue Shigaraki's
It
in
can't
2
be used for
continuities.
scaling.
Yeah.
Therefore,
I've seen Shigaraki be argued like continental.
yeah, I've
Really,
seen
confident.
I've
I'd like
seen
to see
people.
those.
I've seen Goku being argued metafictional. That doesn't mean anything. Like,
Well, yeah, true. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, but like some skills have like solidity. behind
Some
them.
scales are better than others.
nah,
That is
any
true.
scale putting this man continental is not good.
Why?
I don't agree with that. I think skill, like if they bring a solid reasoning for it, and they have like a solid reasoning for it, then it can be like solid.
Yeah, sure. I've just read the manga. Like, it's not that high. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, actually, you could probably argue. It doesn't. Okay, remind me if I'm right or wrong. But doesn't existence ratio have like an amp to how much damage you put on something? I forget.
Existence
What?
ratio.
Something that had to do with like
A
existence
hack.
ratio.
A hack.
No. it
No, like
doesn't.
when you erase something from existence, like you turn it to dust, doesn't that put an amp on how much power it takes? to do said thing.
What do you mean? Oh, how much power it takes? Well, no, not necessarily.
No,
I feel like
ability dependent.
No, because there doesn't have to be a power exchange.
Mm.
It's not a necessity. That's like an outside anomaly of the power.
Anyway, I think we'd spoken about all we had to speak about the idiotic scaling today. I think you all would agree.
We had a side fit about My Hero.
Bro, I've got a cold and this shit's annoying me as fuck.
You have a
Anyway,
cold, bro? Just get hot.
Should we wrap it up, Ticker?
I mean, yeah,
Tigger.
sure, we can wrap it up. Do we have any closing
Ticker, I
thoughts?
said Ticker. Alright, guys, I hope you had a good day listening to us argue about Shigaraki for some unknown reason. Bye bye, have a nice day.
Deku Soul is your
Come
favorite
in
verse.
peace. Oppo, thank you for coming on. Sasuke, thank you.
Oppo, thank you for
Smasher,
coming
thank you
on.
for staying on.
I actually
Everyone have a
hate
nice
both
day.
of you. I hate both of you.
Cut it,
Boys,
cut it.
talk to you guys later.
Cut it off.